Welcome in to the D2RN. It is April 3rd, 2026. I'm your host, Hayden. On my left, I got a Cole. On my right, Devin. And the far right, Edward. How you guys feeling, man? Another day, another dollar.
It's a great day. It's a great day. New month, new us.
It's a great day.
It's a fantastic day. We're about to go to Applebee's. We're about to get the classic combo. Shout out.
Dude, I'm feeling like a cold stomach right now. Just great vibes. Great vibes.
Everything's on.
How you feel about that?
I didn't want to tell Chad that I got put on the IR, but I fight through. That's my flu game, and I do it for Chad. So I salute.
Do it for chat. We're on YouTube, gang.
Oh, my fault. Hey, YouTube comment down below. Salute. Darvin Ham.
You said Darvin Ham?
Darvin Ham.
Salute.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
All right.
Some clutch.
Well, no. Just no. Over there playing pocketball. You.
Chad, I got both hands right here. Hey.
Yeah, what about your third hand?
Yo.
Alright.
All right, let's get into some Bronco talk. So, as always, shout out BSU softball, 18-21. They're on a 3-game losing streak.
Hey, you can only go up from here.
Only go up. They play New Mexico tonight at 6, and then again tomorrow. Then they have a 2-game stretch against Utah State, and then GCU next week. Men's golf plays at UC Santa Barbara on Monday. Women's golf plays at Wyoming on the 7th and 8th. Men's tennis, 19-6, with on a little 5-game winning streak. Shout out.
There we go.
They play tomorrow at versus San Diego State here.
That's good.
Women's tennis, 14-3.
Yes, sir.
Dude, more women's tennis. Hey, shout out women's tennis.
Let's go tennis.
They're playing at Fresno State tomorrow. And then track and field starts at UNLV today. So shout out. Women's beach volleyball, who's 9-11. They're playing in the BSU Classic all of today and all of tomorrow. So shout out.
And they had 2 top 25 wins last week.
Did they really?
They beat
BSU?
Arizona.
Big 12.
All in the Big 12 Classic? That
Beat
little thing?
Arizona, and I think they beat. I don't know who they beat. Oklahoma or something.
Heck yeah. So shout out Boise State beach volleyball.
Shoot, you were there.
No, I just saw on Instagram. I
You-
wish
you
I was gonna
follow?
go to the game, but like, I didn't get paid for it.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
You're a
Yes,
big
I mean-
golf guy, right?
I'm about whatever, cause
He had a job for the first time.
Yeah, job.
But
Yeah, so women's gymnastics, who are 11-13, their regionals start today. So,
we have a great
good
team.
luck on. You said great team?
We have a great team.
they're working really hard.
It's
at practice.
11-13, gang.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
We still have a great team.
Hey, shout out. Regionals start today, so shout out all the gymnastics
Shoot,
players.
gymnastics is working overtime like a cold stomach right now.
Bro, stop. Every time I think of it, it just hurts.
Just like gymnastics, I've been to every practice.
Next up, women's
Well,
soccer
of course,
plays
I've been to
BYU tomorrow.
every time.
So shout out all the Boise State athletics.
They
All
play
that.
soccer in the spring?
Huh?
They play soccer in the spring?
Yeah,
Oh, I think they're like,
Or is it like spring training?
string ball.
yeah, spring
ball.
ball-ish, yeah.
It's cool.
So shout out all the Boise State athletics out there. Probably nobody's gonna watch this, but shout out if you do. Any athletics in that matter. If you're an athletic person, so shout out.
Shoot, why stop there? Shout out to all the students that go to Boise State.
What's up there?
Like
Shout out
us,
to all the
everybody
students in
on
Idaho.
all this, on this panel, go to Boise State. So yeah, shout out.
Dude, you're literally wearing a Texas jersey right as you speak.
Gang, don't, bro, don't. I like Arch Manning. What can I like, hey, horns up. Come on now. Yeah, so shout out Boise State Athletics. Everybody who's playing today, tomorrow, next week, everything like that. That kind of brings me into, we're going to talk about some basketball today, you know? First off, I want to talk about Boise State men's basketball, though. Now, as we all know,
Leon Rice got fired.
I wish. Personally, I wish, but no. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transfers out. Andrew Meadow, Dylan Andrews. How do you say his first name? Javon Buchanan. Is that not how you say it?
Javon
Buchanan.
Yeah.
Drew Fielder and RJ King. So I kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts and how much does this impact our future?
Shoot. Why stop there? Everyone transfer. Honestly, let's restart.
Clean house.
Clean house. Let's
Yeah.
restart. For any commits that we have coming to school, hey, let's rescind that offer. Let's go straight to the transfer portal. Hit me up if you want to know who we should get from the transfer portal.
I saw a post saying Liam Campbell might be a target. Of course, people who don't know, Liam Campbell is a Boise native. He went to Oahe. You both over here played Liam Campbell. Those still on our basketball team. He didn't get much playing time. St. Mary's. He only got like 10, 15 minutes of playing time over at St. Mary's. So I think I don't know if he entered I think he actually did enter the transfer portal, right? I'm pretty sure he did, but yeah, I saw an article saying there was other like 3 other guys, but Liam Campbell was like one of the most like one of the targets because he's from Boise and he is a good basketball player. I think he would fit our system well if he got playing time. That is. You got any thoughts on Boise State basketball, Cole?
It's gonna be a new team. Hopefully the guys that step up.
Yeah.
Hopefully you also recruit some better players. I saw Neto at the rec multiple times, working, so that's a good sign. Boise State basketball, I think just based off this year, it's disappointing. I think next year, just hope for better outcomes, and I think Leon Rice can instill the culture back into that locker room.
And another person from Idaho in the transfer portal right now, Isaiah Harwell. I know it's not gonna happen, but if you're hearing
Where's he
this,
from?
bro, come back. We need you.
Is he from Boise State?
Pocatello.
So, and he played at Houston this year as a freshman.
Houston.
For the NIL, hey,
5-star actually.
5-star.
5-star from Pocatello, really?
well, he
Was he
transferred
like
to
one of the
Utah.
biggest? Was he that other 5-star? Like, cause I remember there was in Liam Campbell's like when we graduated, there was like Liam Campbell and somebody else. Was that him or was that?
Blake Buchanan.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's younger than us.
Oh, is he?
Isaiah Harwell, yeah.
Oh, right.
He played at Idaho, but he transferred to Utah to like a prep school.
Yeah, he transferred to a prep school for basketball. He's cracked.
Yeah. So hey, Boise State men's basketball, of course. Boise State's making that transition from the Mountain West to the Pac-12. Bigger competition. I wouldn't say bigger competition. It used to be, but what I meant was bigger name,
Yeah.
bigger NIL stuff. Pac-12 is a big brand.
Bring it back.
So yeah, they're hoping to bring it back.
Cool stuff.
Boise State basketball, like they have a high ceiling, I think. They just need players, and maybe this is a good sign. Maybe we can get some transfers in, some better players than who transferred out. No, don't call up Edward Sumay.
I'll get us 5 more guys that will also elevate the guys that are still on the team. Trust me. Call
Like who? Give us an example.
Who's in
One
the
example.
transfer portal right now?
Just one-
There's a whole bunch of people in the
Yeah, but
transfer portal.
your person. Who you got?
Who,
If you were like, I want this guy to come to Boise State, make your pitch right now.
who do I want from the transfer portal? That's a tough question. There's a lot of good players in there right now. Shoot, my guy.
Uncle Malik.
Yeah, bro.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
All right, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Immediately, bro. Immediately, yeah.
No.
That's
Just
a
fun
great
team.
pick.
Yeah.
Fun
That's
back.
Yeah,
a great pick.
take away my recruiting.
That's a great pick.
title, bro.
That's a great
Bro,
pick.
if that's who we have to bring in, bro, let's not bring in anyone.
Yes, Uncle Malik. Yeah, hey. I appreciate twice in one row. Hey.
Bro, was that your stomach?
What's up? No.
But who was it? Who would it be? Like, say the camera is your the recruit. Who do you like? You gotta pitch him on Boise State.
Who would I
Who
want,
is it?
or who could we get?
Already innocent.
Who are you? Like, say you're a recruiter for Boise State, and you're like, I'm gonna go after this player.
Shoot,
Who are you going after?
I don't know if we can get him, but from the Big Sky Conference, Money Williams.
Hey,
I would like to see you in a Boise State jersey.
That'd be tough.
Hey, everybody at Money Williams.
YouTube.
All right, so yeah, like I said, Boise State has a very high ceiling. It's just, can we get there, right? And Leon Rice, I have a little.
Man crush.
No, I don't. Gang. I don't know about Leon Rice right now, but we'll see what happens. I think he is a good coach in the end. But we just need transfers. We need good transfers, right? But yeah, moving on. Other college basketball stuff. Pretty big. I mean, a Final Four, right? 4 more teams for one title.
Some might say fantastic.
Say that again.
Some might say fantastic.
Yeah, so we're gonna go break down each matchup, give our predictions, and then maybe give our national championship prediction.
Boom.
First off, we're gonna start with the one that isn't really 50-50, but I mean, you never know. It is March. Anything can happen. UConn versus Illinois. So, according to ESPN, Illinois has a 58%, let's round it up, 59% chance of winning. UConn with a 41%. Of course, Illinois being a number 3 seed, and UConn being a number 2 seed, respectively. I should have pulled out the bracket. That's on me. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think? Like, what are the keys you guys see to winning? And who do you guys got?
All right, I'll start us off. You know, first I want to say shout out to UConn. That was an electrifying game against Duke. You know, I wasn't rooting for Duke in that game, I'll say. I really thought Duke was going to go out against St. John's. Hey, sometimes my prediction might be a little early, but it's never wrong. Never wrong. Yeah, electrifying game right there. You know, their best player, Alex Garabin, didn't have his best game. You know, Duke did a really good job. And I like what I'm seeing out of Reed. You know, he's a dog. He's a big guy. Good footwork for someone that big. Like, I'm actually impressed that he moves as well as he does. And, you know, it's Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley's one of those coaches where it's like, you know,
Can't count him out.
can't count him out. And on the other hand, we got, Illinois?
Yep.
Illinois, really good team. They can shoot, play some defense. They got some guys. Who do I got, though? I think just because of the game that they had against Duke, give me UConn. But I'm not counting Illinois out because they've proven that they can do stuff. But yeah, that's my overall take.
Yeah, so to get here, UConn had to beat Duke, that crazy game winner, in the Elite Eight. And then in the Sweet 16, they beat Michigan State. And then they beat in the Sweet 16, and then they beat. It's not loading. Then they beat UCLA in the round of in the second round, and then they beat Furman. So, I mean, you see this UConn team. They beat Michigan State, always good title contender. They beat Duke. It's Duke, like they're good this year, like
Fluke.
how they always were. Which, I mean, sometimes, you know, like might have been a fluke. Caden Boozer, We're just gonna leave it at that. Illinois, they had to beat Iowa in the Elite Eight, and they beat Houston in the Sweet 16, and then Texas A&M round of 32. Then wait, yeah, no, they beat VCU in the round of 32, and then they beat Pennsylvania in the round or the first round. So Illinois, I don't see, like, if we're just looking off wins, who would win after who they just played. UConn has a better rep in terms of who have they played and how they're gonna stack up against Illinois. Illinois, they beat Houston, who arguably is one of the better teams in this tournament. Iowa, I don't know, but if Iowa was, I really didn't watch a lot of Iowa. We'll give it to Iowa that they beat Florida, but I mean Illinois did beat them by like 20, 10, 20, 15.
It was a lot closer than the
Yeah.
score. I'll say that.
So, I mean, just going off of games that they've already played, UConn is the overall favorite, and I think UConn is the overall favorite right now. I think personally that UConn will prevail, and they will win this game to go into the national championship.
Okay. I think, honestly, like they've said, both these teams are good teams. UConn obviously had a harder path. They knocked off my Spartans, which sucks, but kind of going off what Edward said, Terrace Reed is a beast, dude. Like, he's a monster in the paint. And Illinois doesn't have guys who can stop that. But one thing I will say that impressed me, Illinois held Houston to like 50-something points, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the worst games I've watched. Like, it was so hard to watch.
So
Both
bad.
teams could not score. And Houston had a bad
Home to
game.
55.
But Illinois, that was their one concern. Can they play defense? And they've been playing defense in this tournament. Their offense is like, for college basketball standards, their offense is like a generational offense, like a once in a decade type of offense you're going to see in college basketball. They can put the ball in the hoop. Give me Illinois.
Okay. Nicole?
You know, for me, at this stage of March Madness, my bracket's busted. Your bracket's busted. You know,
Your stomach's busted.
yeah, a little bit. But I feel like I'm not really the type of guy towards the end of March Madness, like go off of stats, go off of shooting, defense, all that stuff. I'm not the type of guy to do that. I'm here based on vibes, you know. And Illinois, yeah, they're cool, they're all that. But UConn, we have vibes over there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you saw Dan Hurley, you know, shoot the ball. You saw Dan Hurley after, was it Mullins?
Yeah.
After Mullins shot the ball, you know, go up to the ref, you know, give him a little check, say ball game, you know what I'm saying? Good vibe, some aura. UConn's aura, you know what I'm saying?
Celebrate with his
And so, for me, you got your zone, the team with vibes, the team with aura.
good momentum.
So give me UConn.
Okay. So yeah, there's our picks. We got kind of three on one. 3 on 1 in
Illinois,
favor
bro.
UConn.
Prove me right, please.
Next game that's more 50-50. ESPN has it 52 for Michigan to 48 Arizona.
Wow.
It's split. This game, like some people are calling this is
The game?
this is the game, the national championship.
Yeah, this is. I agree.
Arizona, their path, they beat Purdue 79-64. Then they beat Arkansas. Then they beat Utah State, and then LIU. Michigan's path, they beat Tennessee, Alabama,
Let's go get it.
St. Louis, Howard. Arguably, I feel like Arizona's path has been harder, has been tougher. So on that fact, Arizona should be winning this game. But with a team like Michigan, it's 50-50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Michigan with Lendenberg.
Lendenberg.
Like he's a big factor in their offense in Michigan State, in just Michigan in general. Like this game's 50-50. It's kind of hard to pick like who's gonna win. Arizona, of course, Arizona's always a powerhouse. It's 1-1. It really is split down the middle, even though ESPN has it just in favor of Michigan. I think it'll just come down to who wants it more at the end of the day. I think this game is going to be a really good game. Yeah. What do you got on this?
Dude, honestly, people are hyping it up. This is either going to be one of the best games you ever watch in your life, or it's going to be absolute cheeks. And here's why. Both these teams play the same style of basketball. They're bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody they're playing against, and it shows every game. They dominate everybody they play. And here's the thing. Both these teams try to impose their will against the other team in the paint. That's how they win games, right? And they both struggle shooting the ball. So either one team is going to make the other team succumb to their strength and girth in the paint, or just straight up, they're going to have to kick out and shoot threes once they realize they can't all drive in. And you're going to watch, hopefully if they're hitting, that's going to be a good game. If they're missing shots, it's going to be hard to watch. But what I'm excited for is I get to see, potentially, you got Mo Krivas against Adai Mara. You got Koa Pete against Yaxel Landenborg. And you got, what's his name?
On what team?
Merez Johnson against Kobe
James.
Waka. That's who it is. Bryce James.
Yeah, hey, shout out Bryce James.
Straight pause. This is going to be a pause. Straight meat. Just meat on meat. Just straight strength on strength. All right? This is going to be a good game. This is probably, I don't want to count out the other side of the bracket, but this is the national championship and probably the winner, whoever wins this game. And I think Michigan's just a little bit more, what's it called? Immature in sense. Like they have stretches where they're a little not as focused because of how good they are. They're more talented, but I think Arizona's going to win.
Yeah, give me Arizona on the fact that Bryce James has got it.
Bryce James got what?
He's got it. Yeah. Bryce James is gonna come in and he's gonna dominate.
Okay. So this is what I'll say. I think Devin mostly hit it on the head right there. This is gonna be one of those games. It's either gonna be one of those games or it's gonna be one of those games.
Yep.
I want to give my props. I want to give shout outs to both teams.
Shout out.
You mentioned both their paths, and what, like you said, Michigan, it seems like Michigan had an easier path, but what I can applaud Michigan about is none of their games have been close.
Yep.
They have not had a close game.
Mm-mm.
Arizona's games, I think, also haven't been that close. I think they've had some stretches where some games got
Closer,
a little
yeah.
closer. I remember the Utah State game. Utah State was giving them a little
At the end, yeah.
little challenge right there, but we saw that Utah State team in person. We know that's one of those teams that can jail against a team that's a lot bigger and stronger against them.
I mean, I'm looking at all Michigan's games so far, and most of them, except for this Alabama game, they've won by more than 20.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, no. I also want to give, both teams are really good. I want to especially give my props to Michigan. I know a lot of people we know closely were also saying that Michigan's frauds, Michigan's this and that. Nah. If you saw two episodes ago? Steven was saying that Michigan
was it
was
really?
frauds. Yeah. He was saying that Michigan was frauds.
He was.
He said the very first podcast we ever had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did say Michigan was frauds earlier in the
The very first.
one of the first
Oh,
episodes
yeah.
we did.
And I believed it, but I mean, I guess they proved me wrong.
Yeah, they proved you wrong.
They went out there, they saw that, and they proved me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I think we were talking about it earlier with Nicole, the TikTok live, seeing the Michigan's chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I'm seeing from Michigan, and Yaxel Lendenberg has been playing really good. And to that fact, I'm going to choose a contrary pick. I'm going to go Michigan.
Yeah.
For me, like I said, the hype's there, but I think we're going to see one of those ass games ever. I think it's low scoring. I think it's going to be a lot of breaks. This is going to be a game where I wish I didn't watch. But in all jokes aside, Shout out Michigan. Shout out Yaxel. And it's still live. It's funny. They're not these two teams, not my national champions, but you'll find out who my national champions is. But give me Michigan, move on.
Yeah.
Dang, down
So
the
hey,
middle.
down the, like it is down the middle. So you'll just have to watch it like for yourself and see what happens.
Wait, when's the national championship? Is that Monday?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's your Final Four for this year. I mean, hey, it's set, right? Next up, we're gonna go through our bracket that we made. If you guys watched
Oh, the D2R one.
the D2RN one. If you guys watched a couple episodes ago, we made our own bracket, and we're gonna look and see how bad we did.
I already know
First
it's
of
bad,
all,
bro.
We have Arkansas winning the national championship
Against Kansas, right?
against Kansas. Our Final Four was Kansas, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, and Michigan. We got one right. I'll give you right. But we're gonna quickly go over where the Final Four now got eliminated in our bracket. We had, oh my gosh,
I remember Kansas was round of 32.
Kansas was round of 32.
Arkansas Sweet 16.
Arkansas was, yeah.
The third one, who was the other team?
Vanderbilt was.
Yeah,
also
so we
round
had-
32.
Yeah, round of 32 for Vanderbilt.
I'm trying to figure out where we had UConn losing. Oh my god, we had UCLA beating
Yeah.
UConn in the round of 32, which
No, that was the first
Didn't
round.
happen.
Actually. Oh yeah, second round. Yeah.
we had Illinois. We had Vanderbilt beating Illinois in the Elite Eight, so we did, we chose Illinois to go good. And then
That's because we chose Houston to lose first round.
we did against Idaho. And then we had Arkansas beating Arizona in the Sweet 16,
Got clapped.
which, yeah, I mean, overall, what was this? This was 19 million rank.
Oh,
19 million.
oh my gosh.
That's
I've never seen one that low.
mine was 24th.
Wow.
24th
Oh.
rank.
Show me too.
I made a bracket of guns, only one bracket, and it was 24.6 million. It had a 10% win rate,
Oh my gosh.
and then the one that we made a couple episodes ago, it had a 28.7% win rate. So yeah, we clearly don't know ball. No, we don't ball, just a tiny bit. But
It
yeah,
was an off year.
that's the Final Four for you. We'll see what happens. I guys said before, like I haven't really been locked in. I can't lie, because being a Gonzaga fan, as soon as they lost to Texas, don't look at my jersey real quick. I'm a big Gonzaga fan. I'm really big Gonzaga fan, like die hard. And seeing them lose to Texas, the team that I support for football, it was a slap in the face, and I stopped watching. I'm not gonna lie, but I will be tuned in for this Arizona Michigan game, UConn Illinois game. It'll be good ones. Well, yeah, that's Final Four. Moving it, kind of broader spectrum, I should say. The bulk of our episode, I want to get into the state of college athletics.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. So college athletics, as we know,
This is a new state.
it
We got
just,
51 now.
I mean, you could say that, but no, the state as in like any basketball, football, baseball, everything like that. So college used to be about pride, development, tradition. Still is, kind of. You can still feel it. But in the state of NIL and transfer portal, it's kind of lost a little bit of that. And so I have a couple questions here that I want you guys to think over and kind of give your guys' opinion on it. And it's just the overall state of the college athletics. It now kind of feels like free agency. if you like want to put that into perspective. So, first off, I want to ask: do you guys think that the state of college athletics that it's in right now, with the whole NIL transfer, everything like that, is in a better place than it was now, or 5 years ago?
Before NIL.
Before NIL, where if you transferred, it was you had to sit out a year. To be fair, people were getting their transfer requests like removed, and it was like a whole big thing, all of this big deal. What do you think? Is it better, overall better or worse than it was 5 years ago?
No, you go.
I'm gonna say better now.
Okay.
I think in terms of like in the player's perspective, right? Back in the day, yeah, you can say loyalty to this. You know, there's people who don't like NIL, but in my perspective, I like NIL for players because, like, for the coaches could easily like leave back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you have this loyalty to these coaches, but this coach might say, yeah, I trust this program, love this program, but they can go to SEC, get a bigger paycheck, go to Big Ten, bigger paycheck, like, and so I think with NIL, it's looking like it helps the player like look out for themselves, you know, and also if like they find out that like, say you commit to a school, you commit to a coach essentially, you don't commit to the school. So if a new coach staff comes in, they might not like you like in their scheme, and so the ability to transfer to a different school to get new opportunities, that's perfectly fine. That I like about college sports nowadays.
Yeah, I think Cole nailed it pretty good right there. I think I have like an issue more specifically like within NIL. Like I'm all for players getting their bags, players getting paid. I just thought like when they introduced NIL that it wasn't gonna be the schools paying the players. I thought it was gonna be kind of like you guys Destroying. You know how Destroying had his YouTube channel. I thought like players like him who like create themselves, like create their
So that's
image and
going off that. That's how personally but personally that's how I think NIL should be. So I think what I wanted to bring to the table was I'm kind of old school. Getting a scholarship should just be like in it of itself. Like you're getting a scholarship at like a big time school. Like you're getting your entire college education paid for, right? And so yeah, like players, I guarantee there are players out there who are like, oh, I'm getting my college education paid for. Like this is great for me. I can go to school and I can be a student athlete, but I'm also going to get my degree because most of college athletes aren't going to go into the next step, right? But personally, I think that NIL should be, if they are big enough, like say Caleb Williams, like how big he was, like with USC, and like how everybody knew who Caleb Williams was, Heisman, all this stuff. If like the NIL should be separate from college. Colleges shouldn't be paying out their players. If they get a brand deal from Nike, if they get a brand deal from like commercials, like that should be NIL. How you were kind of saying with Destroying in his YouTube channel, like that's how he was making money. Personally, I know it's like it kind of is old school. Like you should when I say old school, like how like the older generation kind of thinks and how they think that not everything should be like paid for and all that stuff. Like you should be hardworking and all that stuff. I mean, a scholarship, nowadays, school is costing like 50 grand, right? Like higher, right? So that in and of itself, like you should really be like, oh, I'm getting my entire education paid for. I don't really need stuff on top of this. Now I get it. There are athletes, and like I said, I'm not saying they shouldn't get paid, right? You get paid. Like however you make money, get paid. Like that. Don't do it illegally, of course, but like, whatever to do to make that bag, like make the bag, right? Everybody needs to get paid in this life. and especially the athletes, like you guys, like they put out, right? Like high level athletes, they do they put their bodies on the line, like to bring us the consumers entertainment. So get paid, but at the same time, their student athletes are 18, 19-year-olds coming in, like they should be happy that they're getting their their education paid for. And if you want to go like how we have it in Boise, where if you're a good Boise State player, you're gonna get into the Bronco, what's it called? The commercials. You get like Ashton Genty,
NIL
Kellen
deals with
Moore.
local business.
Yeah, you do like NIL, so like locally. That's how you most of like the local players can get like money is they go into like the local like businesses and they promote all that stuff. But if you have like a bigger name, like how I was kind of mentioning Caleb Williams, like he could go get like a Nike deal, or like how if he goes into like those Heisman commercials with Nissan, he'll get like a Nissan deal and all that stuff. So that's how I personally think NIL should be. But I mean, my opinion isn't gonna change how it is, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I think.
I'd have to, putting this all together, I feel like I agree with all these guys, and to an extent, I don't think the problem necessarily is that the players are getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
More so because I feel like the reason for NIL, like understand what you're saying, kind of that former, like how people used to look at it with like you're getting your college paid for, yes.
Yeah.
At the same time, these players with the workload they have with school and sports, they can't go out and get a job most of the time unless it's off season. So it's like they can't really make money. Like I can go to my classes and have a job on the side or 2 jobs, whatever. So I can be making money like that.
Yeah.
They don't have that same ability. So, but I think, like you guys said too, extending it of name, image, and likeness, NIL, keep it to the basics, right? These players should probably be getting like money based off of that reputation, their name, and like how much they're making the school, right? So if someone buys, like now you have names on the back of jerseys, right? If your family goes and buys your jersey, you should be getting a share of that revenue. 100%.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea, because if you're like, I buy this Arch Manning jersey, he should be getting a cut of that.
Same
'cause
thing
it has
with
Manning or 16 on it.
See, no, I think that's a really good point. Like what you guys are saying is a good point. And I feel like necessarily I don't have a problem that school's paying the players money, but to take a step further, I don't like how like some of these
They
top
have like a
players,
salary
some
yeah,
cap.
that
some of these-
salaries is what's going to
some of these top players are making millions. And like the thing is, we talk about it in our law class, like what, or like just like we're learning like in our law class like about like different stuff, and like when we're learning about like employment and stuff, it's like at what point are these student athletes even players? It's starting to look like a league, like the G League or something.
And to that point as well, some players are even staying longer in college because they're going to get more money from college than they are from the actual league.
And I think to that extent, that's not necessarily a bad thing for college. I think that's where NIL actually helps college.
Yeah.
Because, in college basketball, you'll see
To that point, I was just making that point because
25, 28.
Yeah,
it gets to a point.
yeah, it gets to a point like why are you
100%.
like you should be, if you're good enough, like go up, right?
That LinkedIn.
But it's also going to change now because most of them are from COVID years.
Yeah.
And COVID years
Yeah.
are done.
Which is,
So
to be fair, but like you're still
They're
gonna
gonna
see
be different,
older guys like stay
Yeah,
for that
too
money.
slow.
Yeah.
Which, I was saying that because they shouldn't be making more in college than they should be like out in like, because technically, if we're talking about athletes, like the real world for them is
Like
NFL,
from school?
NBA,
Yeah.
Like
yeah, like professional level sports. So they should. I mean, unless it's like a minor, like you say you're going like, say you're a top baseball
You get drafted.
player and you're going like drafted minor league, all that stuff. Like, of course, I feel like as a college you should.
Yeah.
But like, it kind of weirds me out that you're staying for more money in college than you would be in like an NBA or something like that.
I think that could help college though, because like you see college basketball, right? the one thing my dad always, makes this point to me because he's like an old head, right? He's like, college basketball used to be so much better because all these phenom freshman players, they had to stay 2 more years or like a certain amount of time, right? Until they were 21, until they could go to the NBA, right? So that made for some really crazy teams. Like imagine Duke having Cooper Flagg, Cameron Boozer, and like Paulo on the same team or something like that.
Con.
Like, yeah, that's insane. And that would have had to have happened, right? Or it would be more spread because then...
Now you just have to stay 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And Cameron Boozer could be like, oh, Cooper Flagg's already there, so I'm going to go to a different school. And that spreads the talent out, right? And I think the biggest imbalance that NIL creates isn't necessarily, like, obviously the transfer portal and stuff, all this stuff you could talk about. But really what it comes down to is the imbalance of skill gap, right? And I think even, like, this sounds crazy, but implementing, like, you know how soccer has leagues?
Yeah.
Like, NIL divisions. So where, like, the LSU, the SEC, like, the top teams, like, the top 5 teams, let's say, in every conference, every power conference is in one conference.
Yeah.
And then the next, and then the next. Just because it's such an imbalance now with, like, players getting paid. Like, LSU has way more money than we have at Boise State. That's just a fact. So when our players get good, like the best players on our team, where do you think they're going to go? Are they going to stay here? Probably not.
Unless it's Ashton Genty.
Yeah, players do.
You have rare gems like Ashton Genty where he's a Heisman level candidate, but he's sticking at Boise State because
he still got paid, didn't he? Though
he still got hella paid.
Yeah.
But like he would have got like way more paid if he went to BAM or LSU or something like that. But like he saw what we were building at BSU and he stayed. Yeah. Of course, rare. But like you have those players, and there's other people who I'm forgetting, but there are people out there who are like, it doesn't matter about the money. I want to just stay for what we built.
Yeah.
So I mean, this kind of brings me to my next question. Would you put a cap on NIL? Like
how much they can get paid, like max?
I'm talking like salary cap level, like.
Oh,
like.
So that's a kind of a 2-part question. First off, would you put a cap on NIL? And if you would, does it then kind of turn into an NBA and NFL? Does it then
like
kind of turn into an actual league?
Yeah.
Like, would you go as far as putting it into a cap? But if you do, then you're kind of risking it. Like, then it's kind of an actual league. Like, would kind of take that into factor.
I'm gonna say this quick point. I don't directly have an answer to that. I think, and when you're saying like a cap, you mean like directly just
like,
from the school, like the school directly giving them money, not them getting.
No, I'm talking like, okay, LSU, you have $200 million to spend.
Like on salaries.
Yep. Like how the NFL does it, where I don't know what do you know what their salary cap is? 365 million or something like that. It's some absurd, like 300 million or something like that. Like they're saying like, all right, everybody in college football, you have this much money you can spend, and that's it. If you can get up there.
I don't. Yes, like I said, I don't have an answer to this, but I think what's kind of hard about that is that it's like at different schools, like especially like those bigger schools, like you said, the people that are putting into that pot want to see their teams do good. So it's like to tell them that like, yeah, we're all this money that you're providing to the school, yeah, we're gonna put a cap on that. You can't add any more for your team to be better. It's like it's a little hard to, I think, in my eyes.
Yeah. So with that, unless you guys have anything, if you like a quick topic, with that, do schools like with all this NIL stuff and everything like that, do smaller schools have a chance? But another kind of 2-part question, have they ever had a chance with like talent and like with like cuz realistically these smaller schools, like let's say Akron, right? They're not pulling Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
They're not pulling a Joe Burrow over to their school. So, do they have a chance now, or have they ever had a chance?
I would say, honestly, it depends on the sport. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
In football, there's 11 people on offense, 11 people on defense. It's so hard it's way harder for an upset to happen in football than in basketball, right?
Football's
Over
so
the
cut.
the longer game.
It's so cut.
It's a longer game, right? More players on the field, more players on our team, and overall, most of the time, unless it's like 2 top 25 teams playing, that higher ranked team is higher ranked for a reason, and like that talent gap will show because of how many people are on the field. In a basketball game, it's one game, right? Like March Madness and stuff. Like it's one game, your season's over, and it's 5-on-5, so like little mistakes add up. And what I think with these Cinderella teams, what it is, it's like people say the Cinderella died because of NIL. Like we've seen less upsets and less crazy big small seed upsets in the past couple years, and people are saying it's because of NIL and stuff. And what I think really is, although to an extent I agree, NIL is also pushing former SEC players, Big 12 players who were backups and were like, I'm not gonna sit and watch for 4 years, watch other people play in front of me.
Yep.
I'm gonna just go to a smaller school and play, and that gives those teams chances. And two, with the NIL era, if you see a Cinderella now, like a Cinderella is a real one.
Yeah, a real
Before,
Cinderella.
it could be like a really good team that people just didn't know about, they didn't watch. Now it's like, no, every good player that's getting paid is gonna be on a good team. So when a Cinderella team comes around, that makes it even more special, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, what you're saying is like it's pretty spot on. I agree that we can probably go on for a while and talk about the downsides of NIL, all this and that, but you see how it has its upsides. Like you can see there's literally gems all over. Yaxel Lindenberg is like a prime example of that right now. He played JUCO and he went to UAB, and now he's one of the highest paid NIL players.
Fernando Mendoza as well.
Mendoza.
He was at Cal, and then he went to Indiana, and then. So that kind of bring another kind of segue. Is the transfer portal helping or ruining college sports? Let's get a quick, cool answer on that one.
I'll repeat that one more time.
Does the transfer portal help or ruin college sports?
I think it helps.
No?
I think it helps teams overall, and also helps the players. Because I mean, like you come out of high school, like I know it's hard to get a scholarship, and they go to like the school where you want to develop, school open goals, go to pro, and so I think like ultimately like going to a smaller school, balling out, then being able to transfer to a D1 school, just moving up the chain.
Yep.
I think that's very important. And I also do think another point about NIL that I want to throw an egg in there. I know y'all were talking about y'all don't really like how like schools like paid and like how like the higher like schools pay them. For me, I think opposite. I think I like it because I think the players deserve like how much they're making based on their talent.
They
and,
definitely
and,
do.
like based on their like his name, image, and likeness. So it's like you can make as much money as you want, like as you deserve. It's just the problem with NIL sometimes that people like assume is potentially like the loyalty. That's one thing that like people like don't really like. But I mean, for me, it's like just get your bag.
Yeah, I don't think anybody here is diminishing the fact that these kids are athletes. They're freak athletes. Let's be honest. Like, if we were like, I like to. This is a bad way of thinking about it, but like it's a way of thinking about it. Back in the day, like back in the Roman times and all that stuff, they'd put their athletes through like the Roman Coliseum and like have them fight to the death and all that stuff. Now, of course, we don't have them fight to the death, but like at this like the same kind of pedestal, they're kind of at the same area. Of course, like I said, they're not but like they're athletes, right? They're for us to perform. They should be making money, right? I don't think we're saying they shouldn't. They should be making money. Like they're put on national TV, like they're getting their reactions filmed. Like you guys see like Caleb Williams when I forgot when, but he was hugging his mom and he was crying, right? Like you're getting put on a national pedestal. You have, freaking guys who are in frats like texting athlete that because they didn't do good, like your POS, like you sold my parlay, like all this stuff, like they're being put on a national, like they're being put almost, some might say almost to a higher pedestal than NFL players. Like some people like are saying like the people who I'm talking about are like the people who say college sports is better than the NFL. So realistically, in their level of like playing field, they're higher than NFL players. So they should be, getting money in a sense. It's just how it's like happening, right? And I think that needs to be just put through a review and like just figured out.
Yeah. I think to add on to the transfer portal thing, it's another one of those things that people are always going to complain about. I think it does, like you said too, it gets to a point sometimes where like 4 transfers, like transferring 3 different times after 3 years, so you play on 4 different teams during your college career is kind of crazy. But situations happen, things happen, coaches leave, and you want to follow coach stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily say you have to restrict these players, make them sit out, all this stuff. But another thing that people always complain about the transfer portal, but what they don't understand is you got Yaxel Lindenborg, right? You got Mendoza. You have Joe Burrow as an example before NIL, right? Out of all of the transfers, there's thousands of kids now every offseason that are going to transfer. Maximum, there's going to be 10 who truly, 10 that truly impact and change their program. That's it. So people complain about NIL and like all the loyalty and stuff, but realistically, a lot of these transfers are going to go to a different school and maybe even sit the bench again. Like, it's not really impacting. Only a few of them are going to have an impact anyways.
Yeah, and to your point, like, some might be like, say a kid from Boise goes out and say, hey, I'm going to go play in California for a bit. And he just, he's homesick. He wants to come back to Boise State, right? Like, you have those people who are homesick. Or, I heard there was this really messed up situation a couple years back. I forgot who it was. But there was this tight end who was doing really good with this one school, and he wanted to transfer back to his home state so that his grandparents could watch him play, and then he got denied eligibility. He got denied a transfer because I don't know why. Back in the day they were denying.
Way stricter.
Yeah, they were way stricter, and they were denying. So in those terms, yes, it's good. It's good for those people who are homesick, who have like maybe they got a family issue that they just want to be closer to home, like all this stuff. So I think it is good. That kind of brings me up to my next question. Do players have too much freedom? Just a quick thought on that.
What do you mean by that?
Do they have too much freedom? Like in the
Like-
transfer portal?
I think no, because it's ultimately their decision, and when they make that decision, right, the rich get richer in a sense. If you're one that's going to stick and you're going to work hard and you're going to work for that spot, the work's going to show at some point, and so the people who leave are probably not going to get that same limelight.
Yeah. And then another question that I had, just another quick thought, one of you guys can answer. Who has more power, the coaches or the players? Players? And why do you think that?
Nowadays, NIL, transfer portal, everything. And another thing with before it used to be coaches, definitely, because there used to be a lot of restrictions. Coaches could easily leave whenever, like, even now they still do. Lane Kiffin, back in the day, imagine like if that happened back in the day, you really can't transfer stuff.
To
But
be
now,
fair,
yeah,
to be fair, sorry to cut you off. To be fair, if to the Lane Kiffin point, Lane Kiffin left, and now everybody's transferring out to go back to him.
some, not all of them.
Not everybody, but
Yeah,
like
what's-
I'm just trying to make a point where like, people do follow coaches out.
I think is a good example of what you're trying to say is the what's his name? Cormani McLean. He went to go play for Coach Prime, and then like you don't get like he had the power to go to
Florida,
better conference, better school.
and he started 2 years,
It's crazy.
and also
Jackson State.
No, he was at Colorado.
yeah, and shoot, I lost my
Sorry, I
thought.
cut you off.
Yeah,
that's
lost my
not
thought.
me.
Is
That's
it the
not me.
players, the coaches used to have more power than other players do?
Yeah, and I had a great point. Yeah, someone else go. I'm trying to think about this.
Yeah, no, I think I think honestly, you probably forgot because you just hit it all right there.
Yeah.
I think that was a great point. That you I forgot who was saying it earlier. Like before, it was the coaches. Cole was saying earlier with the coaches about how the transfer portal is a good thing because some players would commit to a coach and the coach would leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that hey, if this coach, if I feel
They
like
also have, sorry, I shouldn't be cutting you guys off. My bad.
no, get your
I was gonna say they have rules in place where if coach
Yeah, that's what
transfers, even though the portal's closed, it opens back up for those players that
For a
they
month,
want to
yeah.
leave, right?
Mhm.
So they have stuff like that in place as well, which I think is good. If to Cole's point, if you're committing to a coach rather than a school, because realistically, let's be honest, probably I don't ballpark around 40 to 60% of college athletes nowadays are probably committing to a coach rather than a school.
Oh,
So-
Yeah, I mean,
I might even go a little higher.
You think so?
100%.
I go probably 90.
like
'Cause
if I gotta play for Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, for Kirsinetti, or if I gotta go play for Coach K,
Yeah.
that's
Dude, if
Well-
because coaches, it's the track records. I'm sure every college athlete is not here just to be yeah, this is my goal. I wanted to go D1. It's
Yes.
always to go professional. And if I can look at two coaches side by side and I see a track record of all the people that he's taken to the next level,
Yeah.
and I see this coach hasn't done that, I'm obviously gonna go over
So-
here.
One of the
To
best
that point-
examples is what's his name? Juan Turpin.
Coach Cal.
It's Coach Cal in guards.
Yeah.
All right. It's one of the best track records. If I'm a guard and I see Coach Cal, I see all these guys that he's saying to the NBA, I'm committing to him also.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you,
Mhm.
what's your favorite college? Just say that's the one you want to play for.
If I were,
I think this is a better question for Devin
all right, yeah, you can ask.
because you're growing up Boise State fan, all that stuff like that, right? Say you're getting you're in the process of getting committed, all that stuff, right? Say Boise State obviously immediately offers you first one out the gate. There, boom, it's your dream school. You've always liked Boise State, all that stuff. But say, what are you, basketball player or football here?
Either.
Well, let's say basketball.
Okay.
Coach K calls your phone up, and he offers you as well. Personally, where are you going? Duke.
Yeah, without a
Okay.
doubt.
And I think that does play into a factor as well. How you're growing up, I've always wanted to go to school, but Boise State is my school, I want to go there, right? That's where I'm going to go. But then you get a call from Coach K, or you get a call from Tom Izzo, or Mark Pugh.
And another thing is the school does not build a culture. It's a coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's a coach. Like for example, you are talking about Genty. Why did Genty not transfer? It's because we have a
It
great
was
coach.
Danielson.
Coach
Yeah.
Danielson.
Honestly, he built something there.
He's a guy that you trust in what he says. He's a guy that wants the best out of you. So that's why you commit to the coach, not really the school. And that's why now even with NIL, I saw this great quote by Sarah Gaines where NIL is there's good money, it's great, but it's not generational wealth.
Yeah.
Generational wealth is pros.
Something Ashton Genty preached.
Yep.
And if you want to go pro, you want to get that wealth, you gotta find someone that's going to develop you, someone that's going to take you to the next level.
Yep.
And so that's why I think coaches are more important than colleges in some aspects.
Yep.
100%.
So, one last question. I want everybody to answer this one. What's one thing you would do to change college athletics right now? One thing. That's creating a salary cap, getting rid of it completely, kind of reshaping it, or maybe nothing. But I would like you guys to think of one thing. We'll start with you, Edward, if you want.
Okay, I think it kind of goes back to what we've been saying this whole time, and we were saying earlier about the way NIL is done. I'm gonna have to disagree with Nicole. I think if a player is really that talented, the player's gonna get that money's worth.
Yeah.
That they did. It's sometimes the player doesn't even have to be good. I think good example, Sam Winter. Sam Winter was literally he was posting videos on Instagram, and we're all watching them. I think your name alone.
Another one. Sorry, Cash Peterman. I haven't seen that dude play at all, but he's somehow
I don't even know
one
who
of the
that
big.
is.
He's a kicker.
He's the UCLA
Arizona, BYU.
BYU kicker, and he like has
YouTube channel.
he has millions. I'm pretty sure he has like either a million or close to a million followers on TikTok.
But I think what I will have to say overall with that, I agree with Nicole. You know, if you're a good player, get your back. You know, get your
100%.
back. Get your back. I have no problem with that. You know, honestly, this is just a change I'm saying. I don't have no problem, honestly, with how NIL is right now. It doesn't really affect me. I'm not, I'm not dying like, oh, this is ruining the sport. And all.
No, it's not.
But
I think-
I'd go around that change where the school shouldn't be directly paying them, because I think also goes to the what we're saying, like the advantages. I feel like if the schools can't, one school has a higher advantage over the other than like the coaching aspect or like something like that, I feel like the fairness is there. Come back to me. I'm low-key. I lost
Yeah,
what
you lost
I
your
lost.
thought.
I lost what
Yeah,
I was
okay,
saying.
I'll
I
do
like
that
had
again.
yeah.
Devin, you got some?
Yeah, I think, I necessarily the same thing. I wouldn't necessarily change anything really. If I had to, I would say two things. One, the NCAA, has been pushed for so long to pay these players because they were kind of shady what they were doing, right? Making all this money off these players playing, but they're not getting any money, and coaches can leave, and coaches can make more money, but players can't, right? And so what I would say is, like, when a team does really good, right, they get a lot of money for their school. When they go to the playoffs, when they go to the tournament, when they win tournaments, when they win games, they make their school a lot of money. Now that money can be reinvested back into the team and back into the players. I think that'd be a good idea. That would be my change. And one thing that college sports will always fall back on, like we've said, is coaching, right? I think the best coaches, this is going to sound really old head, but like players, I think, have gotten with NIL kind of soft in a sense. And here's why. Now that they can get money other places and they can, transfer whenever, they don't want to be coached hard, right? And some coaches are just flat out shit. Like, I'll say it straight up. Like, some coaches, they try to be like hard-ass coach, right? And they're trying to be, but they never connect with their players.
Yep.
But if you see in college basketball right now, and college football has it too, Kurt Signetti, he seems like one of those dudes who's like always in your ear constantly. Nick Saban, another one of those guys. Dan Hurley, Tom Izzo, these dudes are constantly screaming at their players, and people are probably like, how are their players not just leaving every year, right? How are they having any success? And it's because these dudes care, right? At the bottom line, the biggest thing for college sports in general is you need people who care. If the coaches care and the players care, they'll stick with each other, make great teams, and create memories for all the fans.
Yeah. Nicole?
For me, I don't think there's anything to change by NIL for me, in my opinion. And I just want to make a point about the players going soft. I can see that with NIL and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, if you want it, like if you want to go like pro, like it's just the way like to go.
Yeah.
And like you commit to that school for a reason. You commit to that coach for a reason. Like you wanted the development, and so you're gonna basically like get like what they're teaching and stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's like back in the day with Alabama, why did like some people not commit to Alabama? Is because they probably found like why people transfer out of Alabama. Probably also could have been that they don't like the coaching, all that stuff. So I don't think so. NIL changed the players and like how soft they are and stuff. I think overall in college sports, I think college sports is probably at its best in a sense, and I think for change,
I mean, if you don't think anything,
I don't really think there's any
it's
change.
fine. Yeah. Back to you. Edward, you got it?
I have a slight thing to say.
Yep.
I know we're probably running out of time on this podcast, probably running over, but
It's pretty exciting. Though.
Nah, we're chill.
hey,
It's
what?
pretty absolute.
We're chill. We're
What-
chill. We're so chill.
I guess I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about pro players trying to come back to college sports?
Hell no. I'm sorry.
That's a great question.
It's a good question.
I love that. That's a good question.
I'm sorry, but no. I think it's tough. I mean, I think there should be a cap on age. That's low key good point. Kind of what I was thinking, because what's one thing I would change about athletics is like if you hit this certain age, I mean, if you're like still in school, it's fine. But like, say like 24, maybe like 25. I'd say 26 is kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'd say like 25. If once you're 25, you cannot come back, or like you have to not graduate, but you cannot play anymore. Because we know like at 25, like you can be in college whenever you want, but like 25 should be a cutoff for like athlete. Like,
Do you mean as in like you already went, like you've already like played, or
well, what do you mean? Like,
Like a pro athlete.
like I'm
Are
talking
you
like
talking like
G League,
Alabama.
back to college basketball.
let's
how
say Kenny
age?
Pickett. Actually, no, that
Like
doesn't
he
work.
would be able to play. Like he's still like 21 because he was one and done.
Yeah.
So like, let's say he's
Oh,
like
how many?
21.
I think.
This is more like basketball.
Because-
basketball.
Yeah, because we see it more in basketball now.
Because this is what I'll say is the problem with putting a cap on age. Like you said, someone can go to college at any point.
Yeah.
If I'm 30 and I just realize like I'm hella athletic, I'm really good at football. Tusi,
Yeah,
Tusi's
I
like,
think how old
bro,
is he,
how old is Tusi?
gotta be like
Tusi's
26.
working out
26,
with
yeah.
LSU right now, and it's kind of hard also because there's also a rule with JUCO.
Yeah.
Where it's like they can do 2 years at a JUCO and it won't count towards their eligibility, so they can come to a D1 school as a freshman, and say you do 2 years
20?
of college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're
Really?
already
I didn't know
20.
that.
That's why I
Yeah,
went on
yeah, you're already 20 years old.
I thought they, dude. All right.
That's a new one. That's a
This
new
is
law.
side pin. This is a pin in that. College football, fix your game, bro. If that's a thing, bro, why am I?
I
Why
think it's
am
all
I?
sports.
No, the video game.
Oh,
Oh.
The video game, bro. I'm recruiting JUCO players and they're coming in as a junior. I'm like, gang, bro. If that's
oh,
a
you want
thing,
them
bro,
coming as freshmen?
I want them coming in as freshmen if they're JUCOs, bro. Come on now, like fix your game, bro. All right, it's my fault.
But what do you two? What's your guys' overall opinion on that?
I think
I'd have to think about that one.
the second they sign a pro contract, I have to say you're a pro. I get like maybe they didn't play a lot, or like they're getting 1 minute a game, or like they haven't even touched the floor.
Yeah.
But for them to sign a pro contract and be getting paid money by a professional league, and then coming back to college basketball, in my opinion, sounds crazy because they made that decision that they're foregoing college
Yep.
already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a great question though.
Who would?
And some examples that I've seen that like are kind of like in a similar aspect that actually like I see kind of working is I've seen pro rugby players like committing to college football teams,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of good thing in a sense. But then I also see like the basketball aspect where it's like they're in the G League or you're in the NBA and like you have to go back down, and it's like that kind of looks worse because you're already like in the pro leagues
higher
of that
level,
sport,
yeah.
higher class. But if you're coming from a different sport, like I've seen lacrosse players also come into football. I've seen who else? I've seen basketball players, college basketball players who finished college basketball, recommit back to college
Oh
to
my
play
gosh.
football. To play football.
Yeah,
So
Ian Shefflin, really,
Mhm.
Clemson dude.
Actually,
He did
Yeah.
that, yeah.
is he like freshman or
No, he's like
senior?
it
Yeah.
was like a grad transfer.
even
Okay.
Like you have to.
Kobe Young,
Yeah.
Kobe Young, the same thing at Boise State.
Dude, I thought it was you come back, you're freshman,
Dude,
you start all
Like,
over.
a counterpoint to it though, kind of what Cole's saying. Another thing that happens too, we kind of look at it very poorly if it's in our own country, right?
Yeah.
So like if you go from G League back to college, that looks horrible, right? Because it's in America. But if you're Luka or
International.
like Illinois' whole team, I guarantee you, all their starting lineup except for like the American ones, they probably played pro basketball since they were like 12. So these dudes probably were getting paid like pro contracts at a certain age to play against pros, and then they got paid to
I
come
think-
here and play. So they already played pros.
I think in terms of the United States, if you sign a pro contract, I think if you finish, like, if you go from college to pro and you sign a contract, I think that's like, you basically foregoed your college. Like, I think personally we have to have some sort of accountability, like, for players and be like, hey, this is on you, man. You should have made the executive decision to just stay. That's kind of on you. Like, you can't go back. Not that you bring like international players into this. It's kind of hard for them because, I mean, the only real parity we see in like terms of sports is soccer.
Yeah.
With like almost every league is like connected in some way. Also in soccer, you kind of can just go pro whenever you want, like. But that's a whole different thing. But like, I think in terms of like there should just be rules and laws just in place. Like, if you're international born, it's just, if you're in this like 18 to 22 or 24, whatever. Like, if you but I think if you have already done your one season of college, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go pro now, and as soon as you sign that pro contract, you like, I think in your like the question, I think it should just be common sense. Like, that's like,
Can't go back.
yeah, if you're like, I think it should just kind of like, what I mean by common sense is everybody's situation is different, right? International, you went to college 1 year, you played football, and now you're going to basketball. I think they should like maybe just like they should have a committee for it. Kind of just reviewing, and I feel like you could put like an average person on it and be like, I mean, you can't come back to college, like, you already did your 1 year, right? So I think it should just be common sense.
So the thing about that is, currently, right now, with your eligibility and everything, there's a thing where if you commit to like the draft, whether it's any sport in college, you forgo your eligibility. All right. So your eligibility,
In baseball.
Okay, yeah, probably not in baseball you can, but
Yeah.
just football and basketball, you forgo your eligibility.
Yep,
Sometimes
I
you
agree.
forgo it to go enter the draft, right? Enter that process, right? So you can't go back down. The problem is you can go to the courts
Yeah, and you can.
and you can sign a restraining order or whatever it is with the
Yeah.
NCAA. That's how you get back into college. So that's where we got to solve it. It's not the eligibility and stuff. It's about what's happening in the courts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
So we got to figure out like something about that.
Tighten
'cause
up the rules. That
yeah.
way people can't exploit.
It's what that rule,
I
yeah.
think another thing, like with basketball, I think, because it used to be if you were 18, that's when you could be go into the draft. Now you have to have 1 year of college, right? I think, maybe people should adopt how they do it in baseball, where baseball players can commit to a college, but they can also enter the draft. So say you are picked in the seventh round, and you're like, oh, I don't really want to play this. I'm just gonna go to the college instead. So like, there's been players who have been picked in the pro draft, but they're committed to Texas, and they go to Texas, right? So it's a weird landscape, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna close in on that. Overall, no one's up here saying that they shouldn't get paid. They should, these athletes, I'm gonna say it again, they're freak athletes, right? They're better than all four of us here. Like the worst athlete in college. Okay.
The worst athlete in college is not better than me.
Bro, I'm giving
I
Dylan
guess-
Anderson buckets, bro.
Saves the nation.
The worst athlete in college is not better than me. I'll die on that hill. The
You
worst,
think so?
the worst college athlete is not better
I
than
guess
me.
that's fair.
At their individual sport, maybe, but like you're telling me, bro, like the 8th man on a rowing team is being taken out of the board, bro. Hell no.
No, if you're an athlete or in general, make money, get your money, right? In a legal way.
No.
No illegal.
Nah, I'm still stuck on that point. You said the worst player is probably better than us.
Maybe-
Bro,
maybe I
the worst
misspoke.
player is probably the coach's son, and they probably paid.
Maybe I
to be on
misspoke
the
there.
team.
Maybe I
They
misspoke
probably
there.
paid to be on the team.
But you guys get what you mean, right?
Yeah.
They're athletes, right? They're they
They work for this.
yeah, they work for it, right?
Respect
and
to
they
them.
should be rewarded. But it's hard. It's hard in this state of college. athletics.
Bro, no game.
No, we were gonna go into it.
The
Come on
game?
now, yeah.
Oh yes.
So yeah, with that, we're gonna end off our show with a little game. It's 10 questions. We're gonna do it how we did last time, if you guys watched it. It's 10 questions. First one to go like this. It has to be loud, right? We don't want another cold situation. I don't know, maybe I should have kept this open in case we have a tiebreaker. But there's 10 questions, 10 points on the board. Whoever has most by the end of 10 points wins. Okay? Now these questions, unlike last time that were college basketball, these are all just sports.
Let's do it.
Niche, they're actually not niche, they're probably common ball knowledge.
Hey, I'm calling it. Game's over. I won.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yep.
So first question, which is probably one of the easier ones.
Wait, are we doing buzzer words or are we doing slap a hand?
You have to
Wait,
slap the hand.
we should do buzzer words.
What do you mean?
Because
Where it's
slap,
like-
you can like
Slap,
it's harder to
slap.
tell.
It's hard to see who.
Buzzer, it's what word you hear first.
Like we all have a different word.
It's got to be a word.
Or no, you can go
No,
or
'cause
you
then
think
it's
ass.
like, it's yeah. He can just
Blue, yellow, red.
Oh, that's the yellow's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yellow.
I
That's
think
like
blue,
that's
green,
like it's
red.
like blue, red, yellow. That's kind of like
Two
that's
syllables.
Yeah.
Green then?
yeah, I'll be green.
Green.
Green. You're green. Kid.
Wait, no, let me be blue. He likes green.
Alright, blue, green, red. Okay. So the first question. Who is the youngest MVP in NBA history?
Green.
Right.
It's up to you, but I think
I
it's,
heard green.
I think it's Derek.
Derrick Rose. That's a point for Devin.
Unless 1B wins this year.
Second question. Most career rushing yards in NFL history.
Red. Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith is correct.
Dang, bro.
That's a good-
1-1.
that's good comments.
That was a good pull.
Who won the 2014 national championship?
Blue.
Wait, what's
Wait, not national. Sorry, NBA. I should have said NBA. NBA
Oh,
championship.
red.
But do you have it? You said
I said blue.
yeah. NBA 2014.
2014. It was the Spurs.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes. That question was kind of framed for like who was before the Warrior dynasty. So. Next question, all with one on the board. The last non-quarterback to win MVP in
Red.
the NFL.
Adrian Peterson.
Correct. A cold
Really?
two.
Dang it, bro.
Adrian
Adrian was
Peterson,
nice before he started
Dog.
beating his kids
2012.
all day.
Number 5.
Oklahoma legend, right?
Who was drafted before MJ in 1984?
I got it. Green.
That's
Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie.
Oh my gosh.
that's a good pull. That's
Sam Blue's white, right?
No, he's like light skinned.
Oh,
All right,
bro.
so we have 2.
I was
to
thinking
Cole,
Bill Walton for a
2
second.
to Cole, 2 to Devin, and 1 to Edward.
number 2 overall.
Number 6. Who won the Heisman Trophy in 2016?
Green.
Red.
Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
I knew it instantly. Dude, I was,
Yeah,
Lamar
Very
Jackson.
good. Very good.
dude, I was way too.
I
Thanks,
had, bro. It was for him too.
As
and
soon as
he-
I heard 2016, I was like,
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I was way too far down the line. Did Trevor Lawrence ever win Heisman? Oh, yeah, I was way too far down the
All right,
line.
so Devin with 3, Cole with 2, Edward with 1.
Dude.
he was busting
I
fields.
sold.
Number 7. Who is the lowest seed to ever win win March Madness?
Red. Like the number or the team?
Lowest. I'll give you either.
Number 8.
Yep.
Bro, you quizzed that? Didn't you quiz
I'm
this?
pretty sure I
Was
did.
it
but
UConn?
It was Villanova.
Oh, yeah,
In
yeah.
1985.
Oh.
Oh,
I thought it was,
2014.
yeah,
I'm
I thought it was,
joking.
2, 3,
It was
4,
not
5,
2014.
6, 7.
Bro, who won?
We are on
2014?
question 8. Nicole with 3, Devin with 3,
it was
Edward with
like
1.
regional. And then it got disbanded.
Who has the most assists in an NBA game?
Red.
Yep.
Steve Nash.
Negative.
Oh.
Blue. Scott Skiles.
Ding ding
That's a crazy
ding.
I said oh like I knew.
Hey, I play a lot of
Edward
2K.
with 2.
That's insane.
I play a lot of 2K, so I know it's actually Edward sent me now.
like in a game?
Yeah, in a game.
How much?
30.
19?
30. 30.
30 assists
Wow.
in a game
30
is
assists.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I gotta give every day. That's ball knowledge.
All right.
And I know
28 in the playoffs.
2 more. 2
No,
more,
no,
and
that's
these
okay.
ones are pretty easy, so you guys gotta lock in. Who was the first overall pick in 2002 in the NBA?
Red. Kwame Brown?
Nope.
Oh, I'm tripping.
2002.
I'm tripping.
Wait, you said who was the first?
First overall pick.
In 2002.
I'm tripping.
2002.
2002.
2002.
What the hell?
If they all get it wrong, I can't get back in.
Yeah, I want people to.
Green.
Yep.
Greg Oden.
Nope. You.
Oh, you're
now
way
you
early.
get. You get one.
Yeah.
You get a guess. You get a guess. We're gonna go around.
Blue.
You don't do it. Five.
Bariani.
Nope.
I'm way too early. I'm way too late.
5, 4, 3,
Bro, was he on the Nets?
2, 1.
Yeah, can we get a hint after?
What team? After
We'll go
Okay.
one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Edward. 5, 4, 3.
This is before
Two.
Braun.
Dwight Howard.
Nope.
This is before
Alright.
Braun.
I don't know if he was drafted to this team, but he was most known for this team, the Rockets.
Yummy.
5. It was on him.
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming.
Bro, that should count. Bro, void the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to be
avoid
fair.
that one.
Yeah. Wait. You had 2 though, right? You
Yeah.
had 2 points.
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
giving
give it
that.
to me.
I'm giving that to
that
Edward.
question
I'm giving
mine?
that to Edward. Yep. Everybody has 3.
It was my turn though.
It was everybody's.
Okay,
my
no,
turn,
but
though.
like, he gave us a hint, so it's like it
Yeah, that's
reset.
fine.
It
That's
reset.
And everybody, this
I'm
team though, this one is probably the easiest of them
2002 's
all.
niche.
This one's all
Yeah.
easiest, probably one of the easiest of them all. So you have to.
2001 Howard.
You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say. So what college did Joe Burrow attend before LSU?
Red.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Devin Schaefer is the winner.
Hey, can we get a replay? He said green before the answer. The question's finished, but
You said red, bro. We both did.
red. No,
He did another-
I said red after it. He finished.
Go back, check the footage. It was a great episode today, fellas. I want to thank everybody that watched for watching
Shoot,
on Spotify. No more. Damn it.
we can't talk about the seats.
No more.
Wait, did I just say seats?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Nick Seeds.
Nick seats, bro. No.
Hey,
Shout out
hey,
SeatGeek.
No.
Thanks for sponsoring this video.
No.
If you wanna go to a concert, game, anywhere, go to SeatGeek.
No. If you're listening on Spotify, follow, like, whatever you guys do over there.
Get a better seat on YouTube. And you
YouTube.
can use
Stop.
SeatGeek.
Dang.
Green dot,
Say
red
it.
dot, blue dot.
Use
Hey,
code D2R.
On the topic of NIL,
YouTube.
all 4 of us are here. Hey, just give some NIL. NIL,
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
we're
Hey,
athletes.
YouTube.
You know, we're
Like,
trying to make
subscribe,
it.
comment,
Hey,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
forget everything I was saying. The school should directly be paying.
Us 4 right here.
Hey,
Us
give
4.
us some love.
You know?
Hey, but what you guys can do is we're trying to get an episode on the blue field at Albertson Stadium. We want to get an episode on the blue field, so be sure
On the
like,
blue.
subscribe, follow, whatever you guys do.
And you know who's gonna get us to the blue?
Edward.
You know who's gonna get us to the blue?
No.
SeatGeek.
No.
Code.
Edward.
Use
Hey,
code D2R nosebleeds for.
We don't have anything like that. Stop it.
Hey, we'll see y'all at Applebee's.
Real.